So hi guys, we're here at the Swedagon Pagoda in Myanmar. This pagoda is an amazing place. It's the holiest Buddha temple in the world, and Buddha come here from all over the world. The people of the Buddha religion, they come here from all over the world at least once in their lifetime. It's kind of like their Mecca. So first day of shooting in Myanmar is well, almost over. It's our sunset spot. I'm gonna give you 3 tips on what is good to have in mind when you do travel photography. First of all, if I look sweaty, it's because I am. I am hot. It is a really nice day, and for an Arctic, Icelandic guy like me, I do enjoy the heat, but I tend to sweat a lot. So like I said, I'm gonna give you 3 tips now on travel photography, and this is more or less, you know, if you're traveling to like exotic places. First tip is stay healthy. It sounds quite reasonable, but the thing is, like you probably know, that it's very easy to eat bad food, drink bad water, you know, do a stupid mistake that will cost you the whole trip. I've done this once in Bolivia. I left like 10% of myself on the Bolivian highlands. It was nasty. It's fairly easy to think, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna avoid this and this and this, but the mistake that people actually do, what I did, is, well, vegetables, for example. You know, it only takes one lazy cook or one mistake in the kitchen for your vegetable not to be clean. You always buy bottled water, you know, people do that. For example, what got me sick in Bolivia, I had a coffee, and I kind of took it just for granted that the coffee the water would boil, but in this case it didn't, and I got sick. So be careful with coffee and tea and stuff like that. At least know where it's coming from. Also with ice cubes, people tend to, you know, make mistake there. They get bottled water and then they receive ice, which is not from clean water. I heard a joke from David Chappelle, you know, and it wasn't even a joke. It was just like a blast from the past, if you will. If you got diarrhea in the past, you would die, you know, and the first like that came, you know, you had to get your affair in order. It isn't quite that dramatic anymore, you know, you will heal for the most part, but it will put a damp on your vacation. Keep that in mind. Second tip I'm gonna give you is don't judge. And this is very important because I see that a lot. People they don't mean to, but they do. It's kind of everything that they see, which is kind of out of the ordinary for themselves. People eating dog meat or cat meat. It's, you know, this is just a thing. I mean, they do that in China, they do that in Vietnam. And if you're gonna spend your vacation judging and feeling, you know, angry or, you know, some righteous, you know, anger because of people doing stuff that isn't what you don't know from your home. First of all, you're a guest, you know, so just be respectful and respect other people's life and habits. I mean, you can have your opinion on anything you like, but if you're constantly judging the people you want to shoot, you want to interact with, you know, you're not gonna get the connection. And thirdly, don't be an asshole. You know, I see that so many times with photographers, travel photographers. When you're shooting people, other people that you don't know, that did not ask to be photographed. You have to be respectful and try to get eye contact. Try to get approval for this. If you're, if you have your long lens and you're, in hiding, they will never see you. So I guess that's okay. But imagine this: people can just have a bad day, and they lost their job. The wife got sick or the husband got sick. They can't feed their family, and now they have to deal with a group of photographers that just are eager to take their shots, and if they try to duck away from it, they bring out like, it's their right because it's in a public place. Come on, people, we're better than that. It's so easy to do it respectfully, and that's especially important when you have kids. If you're shooting young kids, look for an adult. Don't just shoot a kid. If you see a kid alone, just put yourself in these shoes. If a group of Asians would come like in your town, a group of Asians would come and they would see like two kids playing around, and they would just all bend down and, hey, here kid, hey, smile to me. You want a candy? Don't do it. This is no good. It's okay. I do, like to shoot kids. They're wonderful to shoot. But I look for parents. I look for someone adult, which they accompany me. So that's a good rule of thumb. And then I got asked if I paid people for shooting. Well, I do sometimes hire models, and of course I pay them. Sometimes I arrange people. I take the time for a chunk of a day, 2 hours or something like that, and I do pay them for the trouble. Once in a while, after a shoot, people they put out their hands. Sometimes I pay them, sometimes I don't. I try not to have a rule about it. I just try to respond correctly with every situation that comes up. So these were my 3 tips for travel photography. It's good advice, at least think about it. As you might notice, it's getting darker now, so I'm gonna use the rest of the light to shoot. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.